Hi Aries, welcome to your October love and romance reading, candlelight edition. It's been a while since I've done our little candlelight tarot and I love it. So you guys will have to let me know if you like it. Cross watchers, welcome. You're welcome to watch. Do keep in mind I do specific cross watcher videos. The ones for October will be up soon. Let me know in the comments if you want candlelight cross watcher. I love the candles, so I'm more than happy to bust them out if you're feeling it like I am. All right, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is happening for our lovely Aries friends in the month of October 2019 in matters of love and romance? One more shuffle here. I lied. Two more shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, my darlings. So we have here, ooh, Aries, this is your energy right here. This is fire energy. So you're starting off October strong with that fire energy. We have Knight of Wands. So this is going to be very fast moving energy. For some of you, I feel like there's some love interest or someone that you didn't see coming. It might feel to you like it's completely and totally coming out of left field. Like just bam, boom, like where did this come from? You know, like just kind of like you weren't anticipating or expecting. And it just kind of feels like somebody's coming out of the blue. Somebody new. Now, for some of you, not for all of you, keep in mind these are general readings. Knight of Wands can sometimes indicate, you know, kind of say, you know, like they're here for a good time, but not here for a long time. Some of you might be in that energy, Aries. You might just be in the energy where you're like, look, I got a lot going on in my life, and maybe, you know, I don't want to be alone, but I'm not trying to be all like chained up to anybody either right now. So for some of you, you may be in that energy, but right off the bat, when the card flipped over, I felt this was like you being in your passion energy, you being in your fire energy, more so than somebody else coming in, okay? I do feel for some of you, you might be dealing with a younger partner or a younger person is pursuing you very persistently, and that might be why some of you aren't taking it seriously. Not that there's anything wrong with dating a younger person, but some people get really caught up on it, you know, especially in our society, or in most societies I should say. There's like this thing like with women, like if they're with younger guys, like people think it's weird or it's looked down upon. Or maybe for a man, you know, like there could be a younger person and he's like, oh yeah, you know, I know men kind of have a reputation for dating younger and it seems to be okay, but it might be like significantly younger, and you might just be like, oh gosh, like I don't know if I should take this seriously. But I feel like the younger person is the person who's like, you know, kind of pursuing you. When I say younger, you know, legal age, obviously, somebody who is legal, somebody who's legally an adult, you know, but, you know, I just feel like you are not taking this person seriously, and they're just like, hey, like they're kind of like persistent and trying to pursue you. So don't be surprised, Aries. Don't be surprised if that happens. But I do feel for some of you, that's the way I'm feeling the energy. For other ones of you that you've been with a person for a while, I feel like you're getting into this energy where you're wanting to spice it up. Like you're wanting to spice it up, you're wanting to heat it up. I know October's coming around. Some of you are like, you know, like seeing costumes and stuff, or the costume shops, you know, popping up, and you're like, like you're like thinking of like different ways or different things that you can do to kind of try to make things fun or exciting again. But I feel there's, again, I just feel like you're in this fiery energy, you're in this passionate energy. And for some of you, there's people who are picking up on that and they want to be near it and they're pursuing you, okay? Next we have here, my darling Aries, we've got 9 of Swords. So you're feeling anxiety about this. So whether you're someone that you're wanting to bring the fire back in your relationship, you may be feeling anxiety about it. You may be kind of worried like, oh my goodness, is there something more serious? or more sinister happening behind the scenes that I'm not aware of? Should I be more concerned about this relationship? Or those of you who are trying to decide about this person coming in and pursuing you. Some of you are having a hard time deciding, do I let this person in? Do I give this a chance? Is it going to go terribly wrong? What are all of the things that might go wrong? So a lot of the times with Nine of Swords, it's like you're so worried about a situation, you're full on losing sleep over it. You know, you're so worried about it that you're losing sleep about it. And the message with Nine of Swords is you want to be cautious for a few reasons. Number one, there's a possibility that the things that you're worried about are actual possible things, right? I always say, like, you know, you might have a reasonable fear or a reasonable worry. Like, you're not saying, oh my goodness, what if I'm walking down the street and I get bitten by a shark? Like, obviously, there's no way that could happen, right? There's no way that's going to happen on land. That would be a ridiculous thing to worry about. So you might be worried about things that are possible, right? Like, people worry, oh, what if if this happens or that happens, or what if I break up with this person, or what if whatever, like, those are logical things that could happen. But the thing with Nine of Swords is, even though your fears may be logical, you may be worried about things that might not even happen. So the message with Nine of Swords is do what you can to have your power in the situation, do what you can to be prepared in the situation, and then just surrender the rest. Whatever is not in your control, whatever is not in your power, you need to surrender that. If you don't, and if you keep obsessing about these fears and these worries, you can end up manifesting them, okay? Because when you keep thinking about it and you keep having all of this fear, this anxiety, you're calling that into your life, okay? And you don't want to do that. So that's the message there. I also feel, Aries, that some of you, like, you're judging yourself. And Aries, you are one of the signs of the zodiac that you guys can be super hard on yourselves. Like, super hard on yourselves. And you guys have a habit of, like, always trying to do more, always trying to do better. You're very much like Virgo in that way. And you guys can sometimes compare yourself to other people. So I feel like some of you are having stress in your love life because you're too judgmental on yourself, or you're seeing yourself in too much of a negative way, and you might be comparing yourself to somebody else, right? Especially those of you where you might have someone coming in who's pursuing you and they're younger. If your only reason for telling this person no is because you're worried that, oh, well, they're not going to want me because of my age, then this is saying or they're going to change their mind eventually, and then this is saying, get that out of your head. Get that out of your head. Stop judging yourself. Stop judging yourself. Stop labeling yourself. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You're fine the way that you are. I feel those of you, Aries, where you're feeling blocked in love, the block is in the fear and the worry and the labels or the judgments that you may be placing upon yourself, okay? Some of you just need to rest. You've been too stressed, too worried, too much insomnia, and Spirit is saying you need to rest so that your emotions can be in balance and so that you can have a healthy relationship. Your next card here, Aries, is Page of Cups. So again, a younger person, maybe for some of you, but not necessarily. This could be a new love coming in. This could be an energy coming in having to do with the heart chakra opening up. A lot of you that watch my videos, that Page of Cups kind of has a special meaning for me in that way, of the heart chakra opening up. And so that might be where a lot of the anxiety is coming in. You might have some really big emotions, really big feelings that are coming to the surface. I think it was Libra. Was it Libra? Who was it? Who had something very similar about, like, being afraid about letting somebody in. Having fears about letting somebody in. It may have been Libra. You guys who have watched your moon or your rising, you may know and you may comment. But you might have these Aquarius had something similar, but there was another sign where it was like they had fears about letting somebody in. Yeah, it was Libra. And they were having a really hard time, or they were having these heavy emotions or big emotions coming to the surface, where it was just kind of like scary to accept this love or accept this relationship or to talk about certain things. And I'm getting a similar vibe with the Page of Cups for you all, Aries. I feel like you've got some really big emotions that are coming up as the heart chakra is opening up. And so for some of you, a lot of that Nine of Swords energy, that anxiety energy, that worry energy, is also coming from like having feelings or developing feelings. Some of you have been messing around with someone that you were just looking as a relationship of convenience, or just like it wasn't something that you were taking too seriously, and now it's getting serious. Now like feelings are developing, and so some of you are maybe nervous about that, or some of you are having fear about that. But I do feel there's a lot of emotion coming to the surface. What maybe started out as passionate for some of you is transitioning into emotions or feelings. Or for some of you, like it might be like it's like yeah. So like somebody might be coming in terms of new, like you haven't met them yet. Other ones of you, you've already been messing around with this person, and now feelings are developing. For other ones of you, somebody might be coming in. You may not be taking this person too seriously in the beginning. You may be just thinking that you're just kind of into them for the physical reasons, but then it might kind of become an emotional situation. Okay? Some of you are having to pick between two different kinds of people. These can be two different people that are coming in, and both can be like something new. The fact that they're coming in as pages or knights could sometimes indicate that this is something new coming in, and you're deciding whether you're staying with a relationship or going for a new experience. Again, guys, these are general readings. It's not going to be exactly the same for every single one of you. There's different ways that the cards can apply. I always highly recommend watching your moon sign and rising sign video, but especially when it comes to love, be sure to check out your Venus sign. Oh, okay, Aries, here we are. We've got 10 of Swords, and I know exactly what's happening now. I know exactly what's happening for the majority of you. Now, I know 10 of Swords is a really scary looking card, right? Like, it's not exactly a card that gives us a happy visual, but I can tell you this. Anytime I've pulled 10 of Swords for myself or for my clients that I've read for years and years and years, I see it come up when something good is like really good is about to happen. Like something negative is being put to an end. Something that's been holding you back, something that's been limiting you in your life is coming to an end, and you are the one who's bringing it to an end. So because we had this Knight come in, because we had this Page come in, because we have all this anxiety, I feel a lot of you have either made a decision to be single, or you've been in a relationship, a toxic relationship that you've been trying to fix for a long time. But I feel the Knight or the Page is like somebody new is coming in, and it's making it for you this temptation or this attraction, this new energy, and this like hope or realization that there's more to life out there is making it impossible for you to stay with the toxic. It's making it absolutely impossible for you to continue any further with that energy. Like you're so done with it. You're so done with that toxic energy. You're so done with that relationship. Now that you have a taste, and now that you have a feeling for something more positive, now that you have a taste and a feeling for just something new, that you can't do the toxic anymore. It's like you see that light at the end of the tunnel, and you can't be in the dark anymore. So Aries, I feel some of you have a lot of anxiety because you know you have to end the relationship, but you've been putting it off, you've been avoiding it, right? But Spirit's giving you these little signs now that it's time to end the toxic stuff, right? And if you don't, we all know what happens, guys. What happens when we don't take the action we're being called to take? We end up with a Tower moment. Okay, so a lot of you Aries are kind of struggling and having a hard time giving yourself permission to walk away from this. And maybe for some of you it's because you know, you've been with this person a long time. Maybe for some of you, it's because you do have this fear that what if I don't meet anybody else? But I feel for some of you, and I'm going to say a good percentage of you, I feel for some of you, it's because people from the beginning might have warned you about this person, or they might have told you, don't be with this person. I feel like for some of you, even like that person's exes like reached out to you and said, look, like I'm just telling you, girl code, bro code, whatever, guy code, or like I'm just letting you know, like look out, like this is not going to be a good situation for you, like I'm just looking out for you, I don't want them, I'm not with them, I just want to let you know they did me like this, they do everybody else like this. And so, but you may have been so taken by this person, or they may have been so assuring to you that you were like, no, it's going to be okay, it's going to be different for us, it's going to be completely and totally different for us. But it ends up not being different for you. Okay? But like for a long time, you're like, well, I don't want to admit defeat. Like I don't want to look silly in front of other people, or I feel like I'm embarrassed if I like admit that I was wrong. But just because you spent a long time on a certain mistake doesn't mean you should keep making that mistake, right? And I feel Spirit is beginning to show you that you can have a happier love life, or you can be with a better person for you, or there's actually still options out there for you, okay? All the good ones aren't taken, right? Like it's not too late. And so I feel for a lot of you, the anxiety you're feeling is you're struggling over ending some relationship. But that's been pretty toxic for you. The next card here, oh my goodness, Aries, we have the Star. So some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius, or you may have Aquarius in your moon or rising, or in your Venus, which is really coming to the forefront here in your love life. But overall, the Star is a really beautiful card of hope, inspiration, love, attraction, sensuality, all of those wonderful things. But the thing that I love about the Star card is the fact that it comes with a message that you may have been going through some hard times in love, or you may have just been going through some hard times in life in general, and now you're coming into a time where the worst of it is over. You can expect for things to get better now. And that's something that sometimes people forget about the Star card. People sometimes forget about the Star card, that it's a card that's coming in with the message that you can begin planning for your future now. You can begin planning long-term plans. So again, those of you that like have been having this fear or this anxiety about leaving a certain relationship, you may be beginning to see ways in which you can have a happy future, or there is a way out of this. Because the Star card to me also is, beauty coming out of the chaos, right? The light that's finding the way through the darkness. So you're seeing possibility for change. The Star card is actually about making long-term plans. Okay, so you're beginning to plan for your future. The Star card also is major arcana. So major arcana cards for me in a love reading would indicate that you're with a significant soulmate. A significant soulmate is coming in, and that you can actually now be able to come into this energy of planning a future with someone, like a real future, something very long term. So this is substance, right? This is substance coming in. Aries, I feel that a lot of you are putting your attention or your time in some kind of a project which is healing you from toxic behaviors, whether it's an addiction or a toxic relationship or just some kind of heartache that you went through. I feel like you're just really pouring yourself into some kind of like a business or a creative project. And in that process, as you're doing this, as you're putting yourself in this energy, I feel like what's happening is that you're attracting a life partner, which for you, again, is that whole energy of something coming out of left field. Like, I don't want to say you'd given up on it, but you had stopped like making that a priority, right? and or you're just like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll find somebody, like I'll date or whatever, or like just somebody to keep me company. But you're actually calling in a life partner, or you're coming across, you're meeting your life partner as you're putting your time and your focus and your attention into this energy. Okay, so very significant in that way, very significant connection, very long-term connection. Okay, again, guys, watch your moon sign, rising sign videos. Watching your Venus sign is a really good idea when it comes to love videos, because Venus is the planet that rules love. And so if you know where your Venus is, then you're going to be able to maybe get a little bit more detailed information, or it might resonate more for you to watch your Venus sign love video. If you don't know what your Venus sign is, go ahead to cafeastrology.com. You can put in the information there, and it'll tell you what your Venus sign is. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. I don't get any anything from them from recommending you go to that site. I'm just saying because it's easy to use and it is free, and why not? Guys, also, I have this happen a lot. People end up reaching out to me anytime I mention Cafe Astrology. People will go and they'll get their full-on chart, and then they'll reach out to me and they'll want me to explain it to them. I can't. I don't know how to read that stuff. I'm not an astrologer. My understanding of astrology is super duper basic. I will not be able to read your chart. So that's not a service that I offer. It's not something I'm qualified to do. I don't want to give you wrong information. I just kind of do the tarot cards, and I'm clairaudient. I will hear messages, but I'm not somebody that can give you a breakdown of your astrology. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do. If you click on the Calendly link in the description of the video, it will take you to schedule a private reading with me. CrossWatchers, October CrossWatcher videos will be up soon. Be sure to subscribe and hit notifications so you get a notice when those are up. And if they're already up, by the time you find the video, you'll see the link in the description of the video. You can watch the description. You can click on the links there too as well, my dears. And again, I thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Let me know if you like the Candlelight Tarot. Let me know if you want to see more Candlelight Love readings, or let me know if you want to see Candlelight Cross-Watcher, or other candlelight options. Let me know, and I will make the videos, guys. Thank you for watching, and have a fabulous October.